So I just spent a little time ranking, not by best, but by my personal favorite, the 31 of the big three horror icons. Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. So every day for the next 31 days, I'm going to be posting a video going on a countdown. Coming in at 31 is Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. Now, I got a big asterisk next to this because I put it at 31 because there is no Michael Myers in the film. And this is my favorite of the big three. So it has to include one of those members. However, if this movie was not called Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, and it was just called The Season of the Witch, I think this would be a staple for people to watch at Halloween. I think it gets bashed just because it's a Halloween movie that doesn't include Michael Myers. But what a lot of people don't know is when the Halloween series first came out and was written, it was meant to be an anthology series. So 1 and 2 was going to follow Michael Myers. 3 was The Season of the Witch, and then 4, 5, 6, etc. was going to follow a new story every year. However, when 3 bombed, because people had already grown accustomed to Michael Myers, that's when 4, The Return of Michael Myers, came. They did that because of the negative that 3 got. Now, again, I think if you watch that movie with an open mind and you don't go into it as a Halloween movie, it's awesome. The whole silver shamrock, the way that the masks, when it comes in contact with the TV and the song plays and it kills the people around it and they turn into the bugs, and it's disgusting. It's awesome. The villains are great. It's an original story, and it would scare the hell out of kids. You know, you want to go out and have fun trick-or-treating, even though there's only, 3 masks, and they end up killing you when you watch the TV. It's great concept. And I think if it would have been a standalone movie without the Halloween moniker on it, we would have had sequel after sequel, and I think it would have been built huge. I think it would have had a huge cult following. I think we'd still be getting Season of the Witch movies to this day. So 31 on my list because it doesn't have Michael Myers. However, top 10 if I'm just counting the movies. Go watch it. You won't. What's going on? I should have said in the last video, and I'm sorry I didn't, spoiler alert. If you watch these videos, there's going to be spoilers about the movie, no matter how big or small. So there it is. Sorry I didn't say it in the last one. So coming in at number 30 on my ranking is Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Very, very little redeeming quality about this movie. Very boring. Bad story. Bad twist. Part 4 is a great film, Friday 4. And it has a character, Tommy Jarvis, played by Corey Feldman. Great work. And then this movie shits all over that, in my opinion. I don't like the actor they got to play Tommy Jarvis. I don't even like really his arc throughout the movie. Parts of the movie, he's a badass. Other parts, he's just gets his ass kicked in 5 seconds. It doesn't make a lot of sense continuity-wise. Another big problem with this movie to me is the singing poop scene. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's just ridiculous. It's obnoxious. It's not fun. Really no memorable characters outside of Reggie. Little Reggie's awesome throughout the movie, and he tries to be a little badass with Jason. But let's go back to the theme. My favorite of the 31, and no Jason in this movie. You think there is, but come to find out at the end, it's not Jason. It's Roy Burns, a guy trying to get revenge for the death of his son earlier in the movie with an axe to the back. Again, like I said, shitty twist. And you can't have a guy framing Jason. I mean, he does Jason's kills. He wears Jason's mask, models his kills around Jason, so people think Jason's come back. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me. The only redeeming quality I can say about this movie is the kills. The shears to the eyes, and then you close them. The belt to the face with the stick wrapping around and tightening it. That was awesome. And then Reggie. That's it. So, a whole lot of bad about this movie. Very, very, very little good. Way too much nudity, too sleazy. I'm not too much into the nudity, sleaziness. But if that's your thing, you might like it. Tomorrow I'll be doing 29. Have a good day, guys. What's going on, guys? Continuing the countdown today, my top 31 favorite of the movies of the big three in the horror trinity, so to speak. Coming in at number 29 is Halloween Resurrection. Halloween 8. I want this very well known that I made a criteria when making this list. Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees had to be in the movie in order for it to be counted at the top. That's why number 31 and 30 were ranked the way they were. Had that criteria not been in place, this movie would have been 31. Halloween Resurrection is the worst out of all these movies in any of the three. Let's start off with the beginning. Laurie Strode, the most popular and well-known final girl in all of the horror genre, is killed in the first 10 minutes of the movie with a knife in the back and thrown off a roof. I am not opposed to killing off major characters. I am not opposed to killing off final girls in sequels. I am opposed to, however, how lame this death was for the final girl. Laurie Strode does not go out that way. And I just thought that was pretty ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, Kung Fu Busta Rhymes. I don't want to go into a Halloween movie to see Kung Fu Busta Rhymes fight Michael Myers. It was ridiculous. It's a ridiculous concept. All this movie is ridiculous. The only redeeming quality about this movie, I guess, is the fact that it had the live stream aspect to it. I believe this movie came out in 2002, so at that time that was kind of an innovative thing. So, and I'm really grasping here to find something good about this movie. I don't like how they made a character just to try to help her through text. None of the deaths were that good. I mean, it just, I could go on and on and on. I don't like the fact that you find out that Michael Myers didn't die at the end of Halloween H2O. I thought that was perfect. The perfect end would have been right there. Now, in hindsight, I'm glad it didn't, but he switched clothes with an ambulance driver, and the ambulance driver is the one that Laurie Strode killed. Too much, and I thought it was ridiculous. So number 29 should be number 31, Halloween Resurrection. Sorry I don't have anything nice to say about it, guys. My apologies.
All right, guys.
Coming in at number 28 today is A Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake. I just did not enjoy much of this movie. Unlike the movies below it, there were parts of this movie I did like. I liked the idea of the micronaps. I thought that was a really cool addition to this movie. You don't have to be sleeping to see them because of the micronaps. And I thought that was actually pretty cool. That was a cool idea. I like the idea that throughout some of the movie you think he might have been innocent. That I thought that would have been great. You know, oh, you killed an innocent man. And when it comes to this movie, that's it. I don't like the darker Freddy Krueger. I didn't like the way he looked. Even in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, this is God. He still had the smile. He was still not completely dark. I hate the fact they made him a child molester in this movie. He was not a child molester before. He was a child killer. I'm not saying that's better, but I don't just like when Nancy's like, fuck you, and he's like, that sounds like fun. Or when he's licking her face, like, it's too much. I can't do it. It makes me physically angry and physically feel sick. I did not like that aspect of this movie at all. I didn't like the CGI in it. I didn't like when he was coming through the wall. I love the way they did it in the first one. I love that natural effect. I thought that was way better. I didn't like a lot of the actors in this movie. Nancy, you didn't make me feel for you. I'm sorry. I don't like the recycled scenes. Again, I go into this movie as a remake. If you're going to remake a movie, it's a Nightmare on Elm Street, it has to be perfect. This wasn't. The very first Nightmare on Elm Street is as close as to perfect as you can get. And this movie, you can't have somebody else. Jackie Earl Haley didn't do a terrible job, but he's not Robert Englund. So that's my thoughts. So 28, Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake. Coming in at number 27 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. What I liked about this movie, the kills. Some of the most brutal kills on this countdown. Easily the most brutal kills out of any Halloween movie, which made it a lot of fun. And that's it. I think this movie's awful. It's very Rob Zombie, which I know is funny because the first Rob Zombie's Halloween 1, that one wasn't. A lot of this movie actually kind of looks like a music video to me almost. And I've never been a big fan of any of the Rob Zombie films. They've never really done it for me. Again, this is opinion-based. I'm not saying they're bad films. They're just not for me. I didn't like any of the backstory in this one. I thought you did enough backstory in the first one. You don't have to put more backstory. You don't have to have backstory in every single Halloween movie. Play the movie out. Let it go. Be right now. The whole, how the opening was a dream sequence, again, cliche, overdone. The dog scene. Look, I know that Mike Myers has 8 dogs since the beginning of the series, but we didn't see it. We didn't see him kill dogs. We didn't see him eat dogs. Kill as many people as you want, Mike, but leave the damn dog alone, you dickhead. A lot of nudity in this movie. I know all slashers have nudity, but they just go overboard with this, and I'm not a fan of it. You know, a titty here and there, cool. Whole movie, it just gets over the top. I'm not 13 anymore. My biggest problem with this movie, Ghost Mom. That whole part of this movie to me, that whole story, ridiculous. It could have been saved maybe if it was just Michael seeing Ghost Mom. But when you find out that Lori can see and communicate with Ghost Mom as well, and they're holding her down, like that whole part, it ruined everything to me. It made it too much. The one saving grace to the Halloween series to me, how it's always had a sort of realism to it. You kind of felt for Michael Myers because of his childhood, and you felt, you know, but including this Ghost Mom aspect was terrible. Made it very unrealistic. And like I said, that was the saving grace to Halloween for me. It's boring as hell, but there was a realism aspect to it. This movie kicked that in the ass. So, 27. See 26 tomorrow. Morning, guys. Back to the countdown. Coming in at number 26 today is Rob Zombie's Halloween. Really, this movie isn't terrible, but the first half to 1/3 is just so bad to me. I don't like the Rob Zombie trailer trash family. It's, you know, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, into a Halloween movie, in my opinion. And like I said in the last video, I've never been a huge proponent of Rob Zombie films. That's just never really struck a chord to me. It's not my thing. I really hate when little Mike finds the mask and puts it on. I think that's, I don't know, it just really bothers me, that mask on a little boy. I don't like the new Dr. Loomis character. Not the actor. I think the actor was great, but the character was just, he seemed like too much of an asshole. In a rare, very, very rare occurrence, I think there was too much backstory in this movie. And like I said, it bogged the movie down. And anybody that knows me knows, you have any type of rape scene in a movie, I'm out. I can't do it. I can watch murder, all that, but rape, I can't do it. It makes me physically sick. I can't do rape. Maybe that's talk to who I am as a person. I'm fucked up. I can watch a guy get stabbed in the balls, ass, and face. Can't watch rape. Might as well kill the girl because you just fucked her up anyway. Positives of this movie, I love when Michael kills the bully beating it with the stick. I thought that was a cool scene to show that he's always been this cold, empty person. When he's an adult, I think Big Mike, he's huge. He's terrifying. This is the scariest Michael Myers out of all the films. He's just scary. I love they kept the boogeyman line at the end. You know, was that the boogeyman? I think it is. They delivered that line perfectly. And then with Michael still coming on like in the last movie. And Brad Dourif, now, Chucky, played a cop. I think he got kind of bogged down and ruined in the second one, but in this one, he killed it. You know, Cop Chucky. So, again, too much nudity in this one, too. Not, you know how I am with that. But not terrible, not great. What's going on, guys? Going back to the countdown today, coming at number 25 is A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. A lot of people give this shit because it's the gay one. But, man, there's titties in every single slasher film. If you straight dudes can't deal with one gay movie, tough shit, I guess. That's neither on my pros or cons because I don't care either way. What I don't like about the movie is the main character, Jesse, all his screams all the time. It's over the top and it gets really annoying. Not a big fan of a guy. It's not, I don't know. The high-pitched scream from a dude just kind of drives me nuts. I don't like how Freddy's possessing him throughout the movie and how it's going back and forth between it being Jesse, it being Freddy, it being Jesse, it being Freddy. Wasn't a big fan of that either. All the different time jumps throughout the movie. And this was also the darkest Freddy besides the remake. So, again, I like my Freddy funny. Not over the top funny, but I like him to crack jokes a little bit. And this Freddy didn't really do that. I didn't like the death of Freddy in this movie. I think this was the worst death that Freddy had throughout the series. It was just really lame. Watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. The only pros this movie, one, the poolside massacre, when he's killing all the kids at the pool, that was fucking awesome. Seeing Freddy do it in the real time, I don't know how it happened, so I guess you could put that part in the con, but seeing Freddy killing all these different, are all the kids sleeping? I don't know, but all the different people at the pool party, that was so fucking cool. Like, just watching that was cool as hell. And this gives you the, you're all my children now. One of the most infamous Freddy lines. I do like that line. I don't like the super dark delivery of it, but that was always one of my favorite Freddy lines. So, number 25, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. See you tomorrow. Coming in at number 24 is A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. This is one of those movies where either you love it or you hate it. I'm in the latter. I can't stand this movie. I think the Freddy is too jokey. Now, I do like a Freddy that's a mix of dark and joke, but this is too much joke. The dinner scene, I fucking hate the dinner scene. It's disgusting. It's too much for me. It's too gross. I think the visuals in this movie are awful. They actually rip off the Aha music video for Take On Me, like, in this movie. Like, and it is stupid. I hate that part. I don't like how Freddy is taking over the baby's dreams, and he's feeding the baby the souls that he takes so that can become his baby. That's how he's alive in the real world, is he's in the baby's dreams. Cool concept, but it was just done terribly in this movie. 4 words: Phantom Prowler, Super Freddy. Awful. Super Freddy was terrible. The Phantom Prowler just sounded like a dumbass every time he talked. The whole third act was lame with the mom, Mrs. Krueger, and then the baby. I want to learn stuff from you. Like, that was all just, you could get rid of that whole third act. The positives of this movie: Alice, like I said, she's awesome. She's awesome in every movie. The Craven, I do like how the restaurant, they made the Craven after Wes Craven. I thought that was pretty neat. Dan's death was awesome. You know, the truck and coming alive and getting him. And fuck all you, I love Skateboard Freddy. Like, people talk shit about Skateboard Freddy, but Skateboard Freddy is awesome. And I do like Freddy's jump outs. Like the cut, when he cut up Dan. Like, I thought that, not Dan, the Phantom Prowler. I love when he cut him all up. That was cool. But the biggest con to me, there's only 3 deaths in this whole movie. Can't have a slasher film with only 3 deaths. It's not even worth watching. All right, that's it. Nightmare 5. See you tomorrow. Guys, back to the countdown. We are at number 23, which will be Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Starting now, these are movies I can actually watch and enjoy. As the ones before this were kind of just like, I can't even rewatch them. From here on, I can at least get a little bit of enjoyment out of them. However, The Curse of Michael Myers is kind of teetering on the brink. Changing up the whole story, really, with the whole cult bullshit. Wasn't a fan. Didn't like the cult. Another thing that I don't like at all is recasting characters. That's something that you'll see a lot in later on in this list. No, Danielle Harris is Jamie, and Jamie is Danielle Harris. I don't like when you recast characters. Something I've never, ever been a fan of. It takes away from me, you know, because I fell in love with that character, and it's really easy for me to not like the new one. I didn't like the new Jamie. Just didn't like her. Paul Rudd finding the baby in the bathroom a day later. Baby just sat there for a day in the bathroom, hidden. No one heard it crying or nothing. Again, Halloween was always had a believable thing. This whole movie shit all over that. And this one's kind of not the movie's fault, but I don't like Dr. Loomis being killed off screen. I get it. He died in real life. Tragic. but they could have did something better than killing him off screen, anything besides that. Now, the pros to this movie, I did like that they killed Jamie, and I like how they killed Jamie. It was brutal. It had Paul Rudd in it. I mean, kind of bad cast. He does a lot of this shit, but without that, we don't have Ant-Man. Dr. Loomis killed it in this movie. I always loved his character. John, the electrocution death, was fucking awesome. One of my favorite deaths in the Halloween series. And then Michael killing the cult. That whole thing was badass. So like I said, I could watch this again and enjoy it, but there is a lot story-wise that I think is fucking stupid. The cult thing is the dumbest thing out of any Halloween movie. But tomorrow's 22. Coming in today, continuing the countdown, at number 22 is Halloween 2. Now, I know that a lot of people love that movie and they feel it's a great sequel to the first one. I think it's fucking boring. Laurie is lame as fuck in this movie. And like I said, everybody knows my two favorite final girls have always been Laurie Strode and Sydney Prescott, Nev Campbell. I love Sydney. But Laurie in this movie is just lame as fuck. Like, there's no fight back to her, like nothing, except for the end with the 2 shots. That's it. I love the hot tub kill in this movie. Loomis, as always, kills it. I love the needle to the nurse. I thought that was cool. I think the mic in this movie was intense. That's it. I hated how they killed Ben Tramer with the car. You think he's Michael Myers. I don't like Jimmy passing out. He gets in the car and just passes out. Honks the horn so Michael knows where they are. Here's the 2 biggest problems with this movie to me. 1, she's Michael Myers' sister. That was stupid. It was unnecessary. It's so stupid that in Halloween 2018, which hasn't been mentioned yet, they totally retcon it. They take it back. Nope. Never mind. Didn't happen. Because there's no fucking point in it. It makes no sense whatsoever. And Dr. Loomis should have died in the explosion. Again, Halloween 4 comes, like, nope, he just got burned on his face. The fucking place exploded. I mean, he's not a demon guy. He's not a bad guy. He's not one of the big 3. He doesn't survive a fucking explosion. As much as I love his character, he should have died there. But that, again, is the big problem with the Halloween series. The continuity is all sorts of fucked up. Laurie Strode's died like fucking 3 times in the movies. So, I'm not a big fan of the Halloween series. I think that's showing on this list. But this movie, I feel, is probably the most overrated of any big 3 movie. Like I said, I like a couple of the kills. I like Dr. Loomis's character, and I think Mike is intense. That's it for this movie. It could have been lower, to be honest with you. The fact that it's 22 is actually pretty high. So that's 22. Countdown today, coming in number 21, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Or as it should have been called, Jason's on a boat. He's on a boat. Everybody look at him because he's sailing on a boat. Misleading title. And it actually kind of pisses me off because the thought of Jason being in Times Square and throughout the whole movie would have been so much better. Let's talk about what I don't like about this movie. Baby, kid, ghost Jason all over the place. Stupid. How the main, I don't even know her name. I'm not looking it up. She could see him the whole time. Is it too much? Didn't like it. Jason talks in this movie when he's getting drowned at the end, which this toxic waste in the sewer getting him and turning his face and he's talking, "Mommy, don't let me drown." Grown ass Jason with a little kid voice. Over the top, ridiculous, unneeded. Jason's face in general just looks awful in this movie. Once you see it, it just looks really bad. Teleporting Jason, when he teleports all over the dance floor, teleports up the boat mast. Again, a lot of this was uncalled for and unnecessary, but there is a lot to like in this movie. Kane Hodder reprised his role as Jason, and who is, in my opinion, the best Jason that we've ever had. When Jason does make it to New York, when he's in Times Square, just that one shot of Jason in Times Square, like, that's a fucking great shot in this movie. I love the sauna rock death, how he takes that sauna rock and just plunges it into the dude's chest. I love that scene. When they find out there's a killer on the boat, all the kids band together and go after him. You don't see that a lot in these movies. Usually they're just scared and hiding and running, but they band together to go get him. Now, the best part of the movie, the boxing scene up on the roof. I love this scene. What makes it even better is the fact that Kane Hodder took every one of those punches. Being a stuntman, he just said, give it to me. And they're up there, and he hit him a lot. Watch that, just that scene. I'm sure they have it on YouTube. But Kane Hodder absorbs all those body blows. And then obviously the guy, give me your best shot, motherfucker. And bam, Jason knocks his head clean off down into the trash can. Fantastic part. Very entertaining movie. Just a really shitty title. That was number 21. See you tomorrow for number 20.